Hey, welcome to the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred, and we are getting set to do a whole week of, again, helping you to make disciples. How can you get involved in teaching the faith, showing the next generation? And that doesn't just mean age-wise generations, but the next group of people who are kind of maybe new to the faith, maybe struggling in their faith. How can we help them, again, to follow Jesus? And so we're going to try to be as practical as possible. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you some equipping things. And we're going to spell out the word deeper. We're going to get, this comes from the book 180 by Jeff Vanderstelt. And you can check out that book. And he has this thing called for equipping. You know, in other words, how do I get you ready? What's the training process look like for disciples? And so we're going to spell out, each letter is going to have a different thing. So D is where we start, in deeper, and that stands for demonstrate. And here's the passage that I think helps us to understand what this means. So this is Paul, kind of the elder statesman, if you will, the experienced, mature believer, trying to encourage Timothy, a younger guy, but definitely all over it when it comes to doing what he's called to do as a young pastor, young minister of the gospel. How cool! And so Paul's mentoring him. Now, again, that in of itself, I want you to see that it's not just for the seasoned Christian who is working with the brand new Christian. That's certainly necessary, right? And we need much more of that. But at all phases, like, I need people to help me, right? To continue to teach me so I can continue to grow and continue to develop and continue to learn. So this is important. Now, what does he say? Demonstrate. He says, let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and purity. Now, in a negative way, we will often use the phrase, let me show you how it's done. And that's big today. You see that in the political realm. You see that, this person doesn't know how to do it. They're terrible. Watch, I'll show you how it's done. Now, this is the positive version of that. That's saying, hey, I want you to know what this is supposed to look like. And Jesus modeled it. We talked about it last week where he washed the disciples' feet. We see it in Jesus as he cares for the poor, cares for the sick, as he heals, as he's there. He says, I'm not here to be served, but I'm here to serve. I'm here to give my life. That's there. And so what Paul's saying to Timothy is saying, your life is a demonstration. It shows people what it looks like. So in other words, you're busy teaching this about what it means to be loving and faithful and pure, but I want you to be an example of what it looks like in what you say, in all the things that you do, how you love people, how you conduct your faith, how you live a pure life. This is really important stuff. Now, especially Paul makes think, because Timothy's young, and a lot of people will look down and just want to. Even back then, it was like, well, what do you have to say? You're barely, anything age-wise. And he's saying maturity isn't always about age. It's not always about, like how old you are, but your experience, this is God's power that's working in us, that's doing its thing. And so I really think for us and for Paul, for Timothy, for all of them, like, you want it to be a demonstration of God's power. So as I love, as I forgive, as I do all these things, it's a demonstration. It's people seeing in real time, in a real living, breathing human being, how great God is and what he's able to do. So demonstrate first. So that's what you want to do. We talked really about that a lot last week. Your example. You are that demonstration, right? It's kind of like, right, this is on YouTube. So a lot of people will look for how to do something on YouTube. They see a demonstration of it. Demonstration of it. Someone actually shows you, here are the steps, here is what you do. So I pray that we can do that and see ourselves as a living, just breathing demonstration of the love of God and how to live His way. All right. You have a great rest of your day. I'm praying for you as you make disciples who make disciples who make disciples. Hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody, and we'll talk to you next time.